because you'll see it's a lot of potential upside. All right, welcome to Talkin' Investing. I am Tom, and as always, this is not financial advice. Today, I would like to do a video going through the top 3 stocks on my watch list right now. There are 3 very different stocks, but they're all basically small cap, high growth stocks. One's at the very top side of small cap. One is almost a micro cap. We cover the small cap, high growth stocks on this channel quite a bit. So if those are things you're interested in, please subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. Also, if you enjoyed this video, please smash the like button and drop a comment below. Which 1 or 2 or 3 of these are you guys most interested in? Because I would like to make a video on at least one, if not all 3 of these, but if nobody's interested in them, then I'll probably skip it. So if these have interest to you, just drop me a comment below and let me know which ones. These are 3 stocks I don't own yet, and that's why they are on my watch list. But I am looking to buy them. I'm looking to open a position in all 3 of these, and if the opportunity presents itself, I'd like to get into all 3 of these stocks. So they're of high interest to me, and you guys can decide for yourself. Of course, this is not financial advice. I just have these on my watch list. I think you guys might want to have them on yours. And there is one stock I'm guessing at least 99% of the people watching this video have never heard of. So we'll go through that stock later in the video. And again, I think that's going to be a brand new one for the vast majority of the people watching. The first 2, however, are probably companies that you've heard of. They're fairly popular among retail traders. Let's kick it off. The first stock at the top of my watch list is a company called Skillz Inc., stock ticker SKLZ. So Skillz is an online gaming platform. They have a very unique business model. And the one thing all 3 of these stocks have in common is, in my opinion, they are massively, massively oversold right now. So some of these to me are swing trades. Some of these could potentially be buy and long-term holds. But all 3 of these, in my opinion, are way oversold. They're either at or near their 52-week lows, and they represent a potential opportunity in somewhere between the short to midterm, or in some instances, the long term. So the market cap on this is about $1.5 billion. It actually closed up on Friday 3%. However, during intraday on Friday, it did hit its 52-week low again. So this is a stock that has been cascading downward. And you'll see if you look at the 52-week range, so it hit 351 during the trading day on Friday, and then its 52-week range, the low is $3.51. You know, it bounced nicely a little bit back off of that, but we're sitting basically at its low. And if you look at its 52-week high, this was a $45 stock. So when we look at the chart, you will see this stock has gotten absolutely decimated. And there's a lot of pros and cons in this stock. And again, I'm not saying these 3 companies are buy and hold forever, but what I do believe is that they are currently wildly oversold and, in my opinion, represent an opportunity. So let's just go take a quick look at the chart for Skillz, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay, this is the Skillz chart on the 1-day time frame. So each one of these candles is 1 day. So this is basically the last year of activity for them. So that you can see on February 5th, so that's actually exactly 1 year ago today as I make this video, these guys were trading over $46. They hit $46.30 on that day. So that is their 52-week high. Now you can see since then, this stock has been somewhere between a disaster and a nightmare. So I will tell you, in December and January and February, on these small cap stocks, you can see I've circled an area right here. I'm just going to put an X through that. On a lot of these small cap stocks, in December of 2020 and January and February of 2021, these stocks ran up in a way that did not make any sense, and it was hundreds and hundreds of them. It was virtually all small cap, high growth stocks just went ballistic. So for the purposes of this analysis, I'm even going to ignore this period, but this is legitimately their 52-week high up at $46. But I'm going to focus on some more of these more realistic points later in the year. So if I go from February 4th, 1 month back to January 4th, so this is just 1 month ago, this stock needs to go up 97% just to get back to where it was this time last month. And really, there's been no news on this stock. With all 3 of these stocks have just followed the massive downward push that we had in January. And 1 month ago, it was down 84% off of its 52-week high. Regardless of what the long-term outlook is for Skillz, this is so wildly oversold. I believe there's going to be a run up in this stock at some point in the next couple of quarters if the market just has any healthy run at all. this stock would have to go up 462% to get back to where it was trading on June 30th, 2021, which is about 7 months ago. So I'm not saying it's going to do that. I don't know if that's a realistic price target or not, but all you're doing is retracing your steps back 7 months on this stock. So I show you that figure and take it for whatever it's worth. Okay, moving on. Stock number 2 is Beyond Meat. Beyond Meat is trading at $58.66. It was relatively flat on Friday, up about 1%. So you can see this is a few dollars off of its 52-week low. And it has recovered a little bit since then, but still very close to its 52-week low. And again, its 52-week high was $183. And you will see that just prior to that, it was actually trading even much higher than that. This stock at $3.7 billion is actually one of the very biggest stocks on my entire watch list, but it's still basically a small cap stock, and I believe it's a high growth stock. Analysts are projecting 37.6% growth next year, and there's a few factors going on that lead me to believe that I think they're actually going to beat that. So I don't know. Again, I'm not a financial analyst. This isn't financial advice, but when I look at this stock, I see some stuff going on where there could be some good upside between now and the end of the year. So let's take a look at their chart and we can see what's happened to them over time. All right, so it is now February 5th, 2022. So Beyond Meat is down about 73.5% from its January 26th, 2021. So let's do our usual thing. Let's cross this area out and say this just represented an overbought area. This was that period where everything was overbought in the small cap high growth marketplace. So we're going to ignore those. So if we were to go back 3 months to November 4th, Beyond Meat would have to go up 86% to get back to where it was trading 3 months ago. It did have an earnings call in the middle, so it dropped on earnings. So let's take a look at that number. Even if we go back to the point where it dropped after its earnings call, this would still have to go up 47% to get back to that point in time. So I'm going to take a look at one more number. So we'll do the same thing we did for the last stock. If it was to get back to its June 30th number, which was about 7 months ago, this stock would have to go up 172%. So that's a price target of $158. So even ignoring that price target, this stock does look like it could basically double, which is back down closer to this line right here, sometime over the next year if the market gets healthy and there's some good news on this stock. I have reason to believe there's good news coming on this stock. Again, if you guys want to see a deep dive, I'll do a video on just this stock. So just drop a comment below and let me know if you guys are interested in that. I would appreciate it. It's very, very near its all-time low. And it's very far away from its 52-week high. So for me, this is another good risk-reward trade. But again, please, this is not financial advice. Do your own due diligence and figure out if this is a good stock for you. Okay, the last stock. This is the one that I would guess the vast majority of you have never heard of. It's a very small company. This company is called Rewalk Robotics. Market cap $71 million. So this is about as low as I go, and you'll see this was a bigger market cap. It's just down so dramatically. It's down to $71 million. So typically, I don't like to get into stocks under $100 million, more specifically under $50 million. You know, things can start to get very small, and the trading volume can start to get very low. So I do have my eye on that. However, there's some specific reasons that I think this stock is due for a run up. And again, if we look, it closed at $1.15 on Friday, and its 52-week low is $1. 52-week high is $6, so that's a 6x from its low to its high. So let's go to the chart and take a look at what this one looks like. Okay, so I've drawn 3 lines, and you'll see my top one is at $3.44, so that's down almost 50% right there off of its 52-week high. I'm trying to get into a more realistic range and taking about the top 50% off of all of these stocks, saying they were overbought. So I'm trying to be reasonably conservative, although some of these still are gigantic price targets. So I'm not expecting all of these to hit their top price target. I'm just showing you guys what they are because you'll see it's a lot of potential upside. This is tracing the stock 3 months back. And again, there's really no news between now and then. This stock would have to rally 75% to get back to where it was at the beginning of November. So that's some massive upside. So just going back about 6 weeks prior to that, to September 20th, so this is about 4.5 months ago, this stock would have to go up 135+% to get back to where it was on September 20th. So it was not at this point for long, although it did reach much higher points earlier in the year. So let's just do one more. For this to get back to where it was March 15th, that would be a 202% increase. So that's basically a triple in the price of this stock to get back to where it was back in March. So again, I'm not necessarily expecting it to get back to those numbers, but all three of these to me have some type of 50 to 100% potential upside in the next year if the market can get a little healthy and some things that I think are going to happen for each one of these go their way. All three of these stocks are basically falling knives, so please be careful. Do your own due diligence. This is not financial advice, but I do think all three of these stocks are worth having on your watch list and taking a deeper dive into. And if you want me to take a deeper dive into any of these three or all of these three, please drop a comment below and I will gladly do so. So that's all I've got for you today. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.